Hi, in this video, we'll be going through some sketchbooks together that covers most of my drawings from 2024. This is also my second year of learning how to draw. I don't have beautiful sketchbooks yet, but rather this is just a documentation of my own progress. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Xiaowen, a self-taught artist sharing my art journey. Some quick background before we look at the drawings together. In my previous videos, I shared my first year drawing progress. Those drawings are all done using charcoal pencil on 18x24 sketchpad. So when I switched to graphite and drawing on a much smaller notebook, I felt I lost all my drawing capabilities. This was what I drew on September 2023. I felt so frustrated and felt like I just wasted 1 year of time, and I didn't draw in the next 3 months. Then in January 2024, I picked up pencil again, and here we go. Started off with some skull studies with this little weird hat right here. And some more head drawings. This one I was trying to draw Sirius Black. I don't know if you'll be able to tell it's him. And some skulls. And some more skulls with Loomis head study. Also some quick sketch. At this point I also haven't drawn a figure for like 3 or 4 months. So I was just trying to get back to it slowly. And some more figures. More figures. More figures, and this is the urban sketch. I think this turned out okay, but I'm just having trouble like draw a really small human face. Here I'm slowly getting back my figure drawing skill. I've also added some structural elements to some of the figures as well, like the kneecap here. And this is just drawing basic geometric shapes and understand how they rotate in 3D space. This is actually redoing the exercise from Was Atelier A online drawing program. I have a separate video covered that as well. You will see these drawings in that video as well. And here's some more skeleton mannequins. These are copying the workbook drawings from Was Atelier as well. I really enjoyed drawing these skeleton mannequins. I think they turned out good. Some of them, I think they captured the pose really well, except for this one. I think there's some proportion issues. The arm feels too long compared to the body. Some more figures and more. Some figures on this page, like these ones, I feel like really captured the dynamic of the pose. This one I didn't really finish. Don't feel like finishing it that day. More figures. And more. So this was a little bit different one. For all my figure drawings, either I was drawing based off of nude models, or even if I was drawing using everyday reference, I mostly just draw the underlying structure of the figure. But with this one, I was really trying to capture the folds and crease of the clothes. I think it turned out okay. This leg here seems a little bit weird, like coming out of nowhere from here, but overall, I think this is a good first time try. These are some 2-minute ones. And then I decided to draw some animals. This one here is really creepy to look at, I think. I just don't know how to draw animal head straight on a lot of the times. I still have trouble today, and that's something just for me to figure out. I remember this one when I was trying to add the lash or like the eyebrows here, but I don't really know how to, so I think I end up making this feel like there are some false lashes on the eye, which is kind of funny to look at. More skulls and basic head construction, and on this day I fell in love with frog out of blue, so I decided to draw a bunch of them. Then I did some head drawings after getting away from it for a while. I remember this page vividly because I feel like after I drew this, I finally have some confidence to start drawing head again. Of course, they're not perfect, but this page somehow gives me some motivation to start doing head drawing again. So I started doing the basics again. Loomis head. More Loomis head. This one I didn't finish because I hated how I did the face and I just couldn't seem to do it right. So I just gave up. Some more heads, and I was also experimenting with how I can draw hair, but I didn't know how to, so these turned out pretty chaotic. Then some head constructions. You see how these constructions are really weird, and that's like really pissed me off sometimes. And more. Here I'm making some progress in that construction, so some of these hats here turned out okay. And some eye studies. I really like this one right here. These two, I think the eyes are just too big, but the overall hat shape looks good. More figures. These are some 2-minute quick sketches, some 5-minute ones. Back to more feature study, and more hats. On this page, I was trying to capture the likeness of the characters in some Chinese TV dramas, but I failed, and these are just some of my comments in Chinese. This is saying the front of the face is too long. And trying to do the same thing here. And these are some 10-minute poses, figure studies. Looking at this right now, I don't know why each individual figure would take me 10 minutes. It shouldn't. These looks more like 5-minute poses. Anyways. Skulls. From this point, I started drawing using just ballpoint pen directly because I feel like that can help with my line confidence and then line accuracy. Look at these hats. These look like I've never learned any drawing before. I don't know why, but this is how much my drawing skill fluctuates. Anyways, I like these two drawing right here. There are some improvements, so I'm pretty happy. Then I fell in love with hippos, so I decided to draw a bunch of them. They're so cute, although I don't know what I was drawing here. No idea. More Loomis. Here's a page of some kids. I like this one a lot, and this one. And these two again, field hats. Not so uncommon. Then I decided to draw a page of instruments. Also, being able to do the drawings with just a liner without any pencil ahead of time gives me a lot of confidence. And these are some master studies from Charles Gibson. I love his art so much, which I'll have more in this sketchbook. A page of Harry Potter themed objects. And then here's another page of Charles Gibson master study. This is probably one of my favorite pages of this sketchbook. I was learning how to indicate hair and show different folds and crease of the clothes or dress. Some buildings. Here I was using marker directly. Figure. More figures, but using basic forms for construction. From this point, I fell in love with red ballpoint pen. I feel like they can give you drawings a unique look right off the bat. I like this one a lot. And this kid is really cute, I think. Oh, by the way, I think I didn't mention, most of these I use reference I found on Pinterest. I don't know how to draw from memory, although I really wanted to. That's something I want to acquire in 2025. Okay, then some more weird faces. These two are robot-ish figures that I found on Pinterest that I find pretty interesting to draw, so I did that. Another few weird faces. Figure. I was trying to draw harder angles as well. For this one, I think the chin tucked in too much. It should go to this direction. At this point, I kind of fell in love with drawing using ballpoint pens, so I was kind of just drawing random stuff and put them together. This page I intended to study rotating hat, but I didn't finish. Another page of ballpoint pen drawings. These two are probably my favorite ones. This page I didn't finish. I remember I was having trouble with this binocular and camera. So these are some versatility exercise again. And having more fun with ballpoint pen. And another weird face. This is really cute. With ballpoint pen, I was really trying to get into rendering a little bit more, which I haven't done much earlier. So like these ones right here. Here's another page of Charles Gibson Master Study. I love this page as well. I feel like every time I copy his work, I learned a lot. So I'm gonna keep doing that. And here, as you can already tell, another page of Gibson. But at the same time, I think I've added a few more weird faces to my collection. I remember this one clearly because this was the first face I did on this entire page. And I know I did it wrong, but since I was drawing using micron pen directly, I wasn't able to correct it. So I was like, whatever. And here's another page with the antique stuff. And here's a page with some everyday people. This one is probably my favorite. At this point in September, I started taking inking class from Watts. It is a masterclass focused on inking techniques specifically, and this is a drawing from one of the class assignment. This is a very random page, as you can tell. No study. Now back to more animals. I was experimenting with different colors of the liners, and this dog here is my favorite. And I still really don't know how to indicate hairs for a very hairy animal. 2 simple head drawings and then practicing hatching. This was what I was able to draw after I signed up for that inking class not long ago, and I was really proud of what I was able to do here. I do have another sketchbook that I practice more inking drawings on there, and I can show you guys later. I think the improvement was not only in drawing skills, but also mindset. After seeing Jeff did really complicated ink drawings, I was able to copy his work and then finish something on my own. That really gives me confidence in accomplishing something that's really complicated. Then I was able to later use photo reference myself and then did drawings like these. Moving on, these are some just line practice using brush pen and some more practice. Jeff was using quill, but I was just using brush pen. This time with the head drawings, I was able to do a little bit more rendering, although just 2 value, but I think it did give a figure more 3-dimensional look. I feel like my hair has gotten better as well in this. Some more line practice. I think this bonsai tree turned out well. I was also trying to do some color pencil drawing right here, but I gave up quickly. Skulls. And here's another copy from Jeff's work through that inking program. I don't really do landscape that much, but this is overall good practice. Random mushrooms. More trees. This was also copying Jeff's work. Look at this. Is this even a hat? I can't believe I drew this. If you still remember what my hat drawing was like when I first started this sketchbook, I think we all can agree that I've made some really good progress so far. Some other random ballpoint pen drawings. Another hippo. The ballpoint pen I was using gets a lot of build-up on this tip, and I really didn't do a good job at cleaning those, so it really messed up the drawing. This one I was trying to draw Audrey Hepburn. I don't know if I captured the likeness or not. These were done using micron pen, and I like this one a lot. Another random page. One thing I've noticed is that my line quality when hatching has gone a lot better. I used to do that really scratchy and chaotic hatching line, but throughout all those practice, I got a lot more better. This was actually the last page of the sketchbook. It took me 10 months to finish. I got myself a Pentel brush pen and I was filling in some of the shadow values here. I think this page looks good as well. After I finished that sketchbook, I switched to this one. I actually bought this a long time ago, so this has a drawing I showed you guys in the very beginning with these hats, where I drew on September 2023. Anyways, I didn't use this sketchbook much until I finished that one, so here we are. I continued to practice ink drawing, and I bought a book, Pen and Ink Drawing from Alfonso Don, and these are some exercises from that book. Same with these ones, I was copying the drawings from that book. Same here. I really like how he did this old lantern, so I copied it here as well. I did one myself earlier, then I'll put on the side so you can see the difference. These were drawings from photo reference, a random page with quick sketch. Back to more animals, I did a rhino here. The overall shape looks good, but my hatching lines look kind of chaotic in some areas. That's something bothers me a little bit. Some ostrich drawings. I don't draw food that much, so I was experimenting with that on this page. Obviously, there was some perspective issue with these pancakes. Like I was showing too much of the top plane. The ellipse should really be narrower in this case. Here's an elephant. I like this one a lot better, although I really hoped I did a better job at cleaning up the build-up on the tips. It really makes the drawing kind of messy to look at. Here's an urban sketch of a roadside shop kind of a thing. I was trying to incorporate shadows in here, which I didn't do much with my previous urban sketch. This one, I was using a photo reference of a local grocery store. I think maybe I incorporated too many details in some of these, which then makes the overall drawing kind of crowded. I felt like this one was not that fun to look at. Here's another failed attempt at a monkey. I felt like I lost patience when I did these hatching lines. So messy. I really like this dog. I loved how I did the eyes here. Feels like I gave this dog a kind of innocent look. Some cute cats. I felt like this was the first time I tried to draw a cat, and I was really happy with how it turned out. A bull here. From this drawing, I can really tell that my hatching line quality has improved a lot, especially compared to that earlier drawing of the rhino. And here's the tiger. I made some mistakes with the original lay-in, but I decided to just leave them there. I like this page overall, but I feel like I could give this limb a little bit more muscular feeling. Some flowers. A random person. I was experimenting how I can indicate folds of a cloth after doing all those Charles Gibson studies. Some more urban sketch. This was from a random photo reference I found on Pinterest. And more copies from that book I mentioned earlier. And more copies. I like how this nose turned out right here. Here are some copies of hands. I don't do hand drawing that much, so these are really good practice for me. Copies of hair. In this page, I did some more portrait drawing using photo reference. I think they turned out okay, not my favorite though. Some gesture studies here. Another random page. Back to more animals. I really enjoy drawing different kind of animals. I love their different characteristics, like the big horns here. Camels, the mouth here could be better. On this page, I didn't like how I did the head, so I also didn't render the rest of the clothes. I like this page a lot better. Good gesture and proportion. Same here, I like the gesture for this a lot, but the face could be better for both of these. Here's another page where I forgot how to draw, and even the line quality was so poor. This was a lot better one. The figure really feels dynamic, and I did some renderings as well. One thing that I've noticed in my drawings is that I need to work on how to draw shoes. Maybe they're at the bottom of the body, so I usually don't pay much attention to them. I really need to spend more time drawing those. I bought a Proco skull for myself during Thanksgiving, so these I was drawing that skull from life. I always heard others saying that if you want to draw a really good head, you need to draw skulls. So I decided to draw more skulls from then on. So these pages are just skulls. This page is all from imagination, so you can see some of these are really weird, like this one. More skulls, skulls, and skulls. For these drawings, I bought the Pentel mechanical pencils, and I was doing the laying lines in purple. I used red ballpoint pen to draw on top of them. I feel like they gave the page a more interesting look. Skulls, skulls. These were the last drawings I did for 2024. Drawing from life is much more challenging for me than drawing from photo, and I'll continue to share my progress with you guys. Thank you for being here and going through my drawings with me. Looking back at these really gives me so much joy, and I'm really happy with my progress. Hopefully you'll feel inspired in some way and start chasing your art dreams as well. I also did some practice to improve my head drawing outside these sketchbooks, and I'm making a video to share how I practice that as well. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss future updates. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.